Why? Grapefruit can turn your medication into poison. You pour yourself a glass of grapefruit juice. Cold, bitter, unmistakably healthy. The kind of thing you'd put on a list of good habits. And then, because it's morning and it's there, you use it to wash down your pill, your statin, your blood pressure tablet, whatever your doctor put in your hand and told you to take every day without fail. You have just done the one thing that can turn that carefully measured dose into an overdose. Not a mild interaction, not a stomach ache. In some cases, according to the man who discovered this, taking one tablet with a glass of grapefruit juice can be the equivalent of taking 20 tablets with a glass of water. 20. But to understand how a piece of fruit does that, you have to understand something about your own body that pharmaceutical companies count on every single time they design a pill. Most people assume that when a drug interacts badly with food, the food somehow blocks the drug, dilutes it, weakens it, stops it working. Grapefruit does the opposite. It doesn't stop your medication from working. It stops your body from stopping it, because your body treats every pill you swallow as an intruder. Lining the walls of your small intestine and packed into your liver, there is a family of enzymes whose entire job is to find foreign chemicals and dismantle them before they get into your bloodstream. Millions of years of evolution built this system to handle plant toxins, the things you might eat by accident in the wild. It doesn't know what a statin is. It only knows the shape of something that doesn't belong, and it takes it apart. The most important of these enzymes is called CYP3A4, and it is not a minor player. CYP3A4 is estimated to be responsible for breaking down roughly half of all medications on the market. Half. Look in any medicine cabinet, and there's a good chance the enzyme system standing between that bottle and your bloodstream is this one. And the drug companies know it, which is why they build the destruction into the dose. When chemists formulate a pill, they know a large portion of it will be dismantled by your gut before it ever reaches your blood. So they compensate. They put substantially more of the drug in the tablet than your body actually needs, sending in far more than will survive. And they rely on your enzymes to grind it down to the correct therapeutic dose on the way in. The number on the label isn't the dose that reaches your blood. It's the dose that reaches your gut. Your own body is the final step in the manufacturing process. Now take away that step. Grapefruit contains a class of compounds called furanocoumarins. They're the fruit's own chemical defense, and they have one relevant property. They bind to CYP3A4 and disable it, not slow it down, not compete with it. They inactivate it, and they do it irreversibly. The enzyme doesn't recover. It is finished. Your body cannot repair it. It has to build new ones from scratch. So the drug goes in, and the machine that was supposed to grind it down is gone. And the full uncut dose, the one that was never meant to reach your bloodstream intact, walks straight through. That's why one pill can behave like 20. And the man who found this found it entirely by accident. In the late 1980s, a clinical pharmacologist named David Bailey was running a study in London, Ontario, testing how alcohol affected a blood pressure drug. He needed something to hide the taste of the alcohol so his subjects couldn't tell what they were drinking. He looked around and grabbed grapefruit juice, chosen for no reason other than that it was bitter enough to mask it. When the blood results came back, the drug levels were so far above what they should have been that his first assumption was that the equipment was broken. It wasn't. He'd stumbled into one of the most significant food-drug interactions ever documented because he needed something strong tasting to hide vodka. Now, you'd think the fix is obvious. Just separate them. Have your juice at breakfast. Take the pill at night. Give your body a few hours to clear the fruit. it doesn't work. And the reason is the word irreversible. The furanocoumarins don't temporarily occupy your enzymes. They destroy them, which means the recovery time has nothing to do with how long the juice stays in your stomach. It has to do with how long your body takes to manufacture entirely new enzymes to replace the dead ones. And that takes many hours, often a full day or more. So the glass of juice you drank Sunday morning can still be affecting the pill you swallow Monday night. There is no safe gap in the day, because the problem isn't the juice sitting in you. The problem is the damage it already did on the way through. And this isn't a fringe concern that applies to two obscure drugs. In 2012, Bailey and his colleagues published a review in the Canadian Medical Association Journal laying out the scale of it. More than 85 drugs are known to interact with grapefruit. 43 of them can produce serious, life-threatening effects, including kidney failure, respiratory depression, gastrointestinal bleeding, dangerous heart rhythms, and sudden death. But the number that should really land is this one. Between 2008 and 2012, 4 years, the count of drugs with serious grapefruit interactions climbed from 17 to 43. That's not a fixed hazard sitting in a textbook. That's a list growing by about 6 new drugs a year, because the modern drugs being approved are increasingly ones that this enzyme handles, and the people most exposed to it are the least likely to hear about it. Older adults are the ones taking multiple daily medications for chronic conditions, and they're also the ones most likely to have grapefruit in the house, precisely because they've been told their whole lives that it's healthy. The risk concentrates exactly where the fruit's reputation is strongest. That's the strange shape of this whole thing. There's no poison in that glass. Grapefruit isn't toxic. You could drink it every day of your life and be perfectly fine, as long as you're not taking one of those drugs. The fruit isn't dangerous. It just quietly removes a safety system you never knew you had, and that your prescription was silently counting on. So look at the glass again. Then look at the pill. Neither of them will hurt you. Together, they can.